LeBron James has won every game he's played against Kevin Durant while with the Cavaliers. He's 6-0 overall, including the playoffs. James is 15-4 in his career against Durant, including winning the 2012 Finals in 5 games. The two square off tonight when OKC travels to Cleveland. Stephen A., what's the biggest reason LeBron has the 15-4 edge against KD?
Wow. In my opinion, I honestly think it's Russell Westbrook. Kevin Durant tends to defer, although the numbers are there, and he obviously puts up his buckets because he may go down as the greatest scorer in NBA history because he's a scoring machine. Kevin Durant is unstoppable. There's nothing you can do against him, but he does defer at times to a Russell Westbrook. And at times, there are times where because of his efficiency, he should be more aggressive. Let's put it to you this way. If Kevin Durant had Russell Westbrook's mental makeup, mental approach towards competition, there is no way in hell he'd be 4-15 against LeBron James. That would not happen because Russell Westbrook is coming, and Russell Westbrook is taking a backseat to no one. And again, I remind you, Skip, the date to scratch on your calendar is February 6th. When the Thunder go up against Golden State, because nobody has been hearing all of this noise about Steph Curry more than Russell Westbrook. He's just got that kind of pride. Trust me. And I say all of that to say, when you look at Kevin Durant, if you look at him, Skip, when he had the Jones fracture in his foot last year and played just 27 games, Skip, the brother still averaged 25 and 6. I remember when he dropped 28 on Golden State in 19 minutes, shooting 10 or 13 from the field. He's unstoppable. But when it comes to going up against LeBron James, it doesn't seem to hurt him that much if he loses. He doesn't like to lose. He ain't losing intentionally. But if there's ever a moment, if Kevin Durant says, the sun will shine tomorrow, we'll play another time, it's when he goes against LeBron James. It doesn't seem to gnaw at him the way that it would a Russell Westbrook or the way that it would a Kobe and others. Doesn't take away from his greatness. We all know Kevin Durant's big time, but LeBron is big time too. We're talking about, league MVPs 5 of the last 6 years between the both of them. But in the end, what it comes down to is they're great friends. Something you've lamented in the past, Skip, because you felt like Kevin Durant should not have gravitated towards LeBron that way because LeBron's a champion and Kevin Durant is trying to become one. I think the best thing that I could say, with all due respect, Kevin Durant's going to go at anybody and he's going to strive to win. But losing to LeBron James doesn't appear to hurt as much as it should.
Interesting. I hadn't really thought of it that way. And I'm not sure that's completely fair to Kevin Durant. But back to
I'm just telling you.
Okay,
I'm just telling you what I don't know. I didn't speak. I didn't ask anybody. Just what I see.
I get it. And I'm with you to a point. But I'm back to your original premise. It's all about Russell Westbrook. So now we have to define Russell Westbrook to Kevin Durant. Is he a help or a hindrance, advantage or disadvantage to have Russell Westbrook? You talk, and you're exactly right. Russell Westbrook is hell on wheels, man. He is coming and coming and coming, and some nights he is so unstoppable, he alone can just take over the whole game and just rip it out of the sky and take it to the locker room. It's a win for Russell Westbrook. But his running mate, his quote-unquote co-star, is this guy named Durant, who's one of the great scorers, and he might end up being the greatest scorer we've ever seen on just pure ability to score the basketball from anywhere and everywhere, for all the reasons you always talk about. He can pull up from 30, or he can take it to, he's long. We know all that. We get all that. If I just look at career scoring average, it's so close, it's decided by 100th of a point. LeBron's career average is 27.32 and Kevin's is 27.31. We get that, but here's the difference. LeBron James, here's the big discrepancy in their stats. They're even across the board except for this one. LeBron averages for his career 7 assists a game. Kevin's at 3.5. We all know many nights LeBron is the point forward or point guard or whatever point he wants to play. He can play point center. We know that. He can distribute. He can quarterback the offense when need be. Kevin can't. Kevin has a scoring point guard who can be, on occasion, selfish to a fault. So remember, LeBron, when push comes to shove, LeBron can choose when to shoot and when to score. He can choose it every time if he wants to. Kevin can't ever choose it, almost never. I mean, when is Kevin going to dribble the ball up the floor? It would be rare. So he's going to have to depend on the decision-making of a Russell Westbrook who is hell-bent to score the basketball on occasions. So it's hard on. I see it as a disadvantage, and I get your point. That's an interesting point. I hadn't thought of it that way, that maybe Kevin doesn't take losing hard enough, but I think some nights Kevin just throws up his hands and just says, I can't do any more than I did because of him. Like, I'm stuck with him. I'm stuck with his moods and his decision-making and his whims, okay? So it's not fair. It's not a fair fight.
Skip, all your points are valid. In all sincerity, I'm not challenging anything that you're saying. I'm only giving you a perspective based on my personal observation. In all fairness, I'm watching the NBA Finals. I see Kevin Durant put on a show. Yeah. He averaged 33 on better than 50% shooting in the finals, and we act like he didn't play well. He did play well. But there were moments within that finals where he disappeared. Now, obviously, when they lost to the Miami Heat, which helped LeBron James, which obviously was when LeBron James captured his first NBA title, they go to the back and they're crying, they're despondent, they're obviously upset. Him, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, all of them, their family members, loved ones, everybody's there hugging them. Very sincere, genuine moment. But once it was all said and done, it was almost like Kevin Durant was like, I'm miserable that I lost, but I'm happy for LeBron.
Okay.
You can understand the emotion.
I agree with that. I'm with you.
You're
right.
But that's where I'm going.
Okay, I got
what I'm saying is, you're happy for him.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I'm just simply saying he's got a lot of love for this brother, as most people in the NBA do for LeBron, and it doesn't hurt as much. It's not to say that he's losing intentionally. Of course he's trying to win. It's not to say he's not going at him. Of course he's going at him. But at the same time, if you have a healthy level of vitriol and venom towards an opponent, there's a little something extra that you're going to do.
I agree.
Now, he may defer. Where I come to Russell Westbrook's defense is that I don't believe you ever entertain the notion that Russell Westbrook actually, at least on occasion, would prefer Kevin Durant going at somebody. I think Russell Westbrook would love for Kevin Durant to say, look, I don't give a damn what you're thinking about. Give me the ball tonight. I want him. I think Russell Westbrook would welcome that. I'm not talking every night.
Okay.
I'm not talking every night. But on certain, like, for example, we're talking about LeBron versus Kevin Durant right now. If they're watching this conversation, the Russell Westbrook that I've seen, that I've spoken to in the past on occasion, just, you know, on little interviews, things of that nature, or that I've seen talking to other players, what I've heard other players say about him, I'm telling you right now, Russell Westbrook could see something like that and be like, KD, you got to get at that, brother. It don't matter who it is. I'm not talking about LeBron.
Yeah.
Don't think that Russell Westbrook is sitting there and saying, I don't care about that. I'm not giving Durant the ball. Russell Westbrook's not like that. He wants success for Kevin Durant just like he wants it for himself. He's not nearly as selfish as people try to portray him to be. So I'm saying to you, this comes down to Kevin Durant against LeBron. And when I look at Kevin Durant, Steph Curry's shooting 52% from the field. What is Kevin Durant shooting? 53%. Steph Curry is shooting 45% from three-point range. What is Kevin Durant shooting? 43%. Steph Curry takes 10 three-pointers a game. Kevin Durant takes 5. He's averaging 32. Kevin Durant's averaging 27. These are MVP numbers that Kevin Durant is putting up. And the numbers are always there. What we're looking for from him is the moment when it's the line
Yeah.
and LeBron is on the other side, how you going to go at him?
Right.
Or are you going to leave it to Russell Westbrook to do it?
Okay.
The past has shown he's willing to leave it to Russell Westbrook. That's just a fact.
Okay. Couple of quick points. Remember, the strategic change in that series, and we're going back, what was it? We're going back 5 years ago now, the Oklahoma City-Miami series, Oklahoma City-Miami, was that Game 3, LeBron started posting up Kevin Durant. Remember that? And as you always say, Kevin Durant, especially at that point, was just a stick figure. He had no chance in the post trying to guard and keep LeBron from the rim. And what happened in Game 3's first half? Do you remember? I think it was Game 3. Help me out here. Remember what Magic said about Russell Westbrook's point guard performance?
Yeah, what we both said.
Yeah.
What we both said.
It was the worst he'd ever seen in a finals for a half from a point guard. It was a disaster.
Because he was just a scoring machine, and he wasn't running the show.
He wasn't running the show. And
he dropped like 44 that game, though.
Okay, and so remember, Miami wins 4 straight games after Oklahoma City won Game 1 and won it in a rout. We all thought after Game 1, look out, here come the Thunder. They have arrived. And then it turned with the late play. I thought LeBron got away with fouling Kevin Durant, remember, on the baseline, and the whole game flipped at the end, and the whole series flipped. And in the end, I felt like Kevin was more resigned to, I can't do any more with this guy running the point for us. So I'm not sure it was, I'm happy for LeBron, even though he was. It just looked like resignation more to me. And when you tell me he defers too much, I don't know if it's deferring. It's just he has no other choice. I mean, it's not his call. He's not making a conscious decision. No, you shoot it. Russell's just going to shoot it.
Well, first of all, I think it was Game 4 because Russell Westbrook had like 19 in Game 3, and I think that Kevin Durant had 25 in Game 3. I think that the strategic change took place in Game 4. But we're not talking about Kevin Durant, the defender, because we understand that LeBron James could post up anybody. Certainly somebody as thin as Kevin Durant, no disrespect. But offensively, Kevin Durant is so unstoppable. Yeah. There's no excuse for the word defer to be in his vocabulary, particularly at money time, with what he can do. So when we look at it from that perspective, it's just like now, like I continue to talk to you about. We're looking at the Golden State Warriors. Yes, you got the Splash Brothers, but look at their supporting cast and look at Kevin Durant with the Westbrook, with an Ibaka and those boys. Kevin Durant's supporting cast arguably is just as lethal, if not more so, than Golden State's. So again, we're going to see this year what Durant does. We know he's a scoring machine. I think he's an MVP candidate right now, the way that he's playing. But it's moments like this where we're going to find out. Okay,
bottom line, would you suggest to Kevin Durant that before tonight's game, he go to Russell Westbrook and say, to quote the great Keyshawn Johnson, give me the damn ball tonight? Is that what should he do it before a game? Just say, feed me tonight. Make sure I get my shots tonight, my attempts.
What considerably lesser talents like you and myself and others can say is this: if we lost 15 times to somebody and won just 4 times against them, how would we feel? I would be looking at him and being like, man, give me the damn ball. I'm tired of all this nonsense. I'm tired of losing to this guy. That would be me. Okay. Now, let's see what happens. Hey. But he's still averaging 27.
Okay, but Russell Westbrook wants the damn ball too. He does.
But he always has the ball. He always has the ball.
All right, we'll see.
The Westbrook factor making this challenging for our comparison here, head to head.
Molly. Yeah. If I'm Kevin Durant, I do that tonight. On February 6th, if I'm Russell Westbrook, I'm telling everybody to move out the way for me to go at Steph Curry.
Kevin shouldn't even make that trip. He should just stay home, right?
He shouldn't. Okay. I mean, that's the game right there.
We'll see them face off tonight. Kyrie still can't go for this one. Stephen A. is excited about February 6th. The Warriors, they're circling December 18th, tomorrow. The Bucks ended the Warriors' win streak on Saturday night, but they may soon regret how they celebrated that win. We'll discuss next.